Good morning and welcome to a What I Eat in a Day. I am taking you through a full day of eats. I know it sounds crazy, but you would be so surprised that I ate super healthy whole food for many years and still had painful periods, horrible gut problems, just so many things with my health. And I was like, what is going on? I eat healthy, but yet I still am exhausted, have PMS, have painful periods. And I gotta say, I just got my thyroid labs back and literally they came back the best that they've ever been. This is my TSH now, and this was the last time that I tested my TSH. And I'm gonna insert a little snippet that I inserted on my Instagram so you can see the whole thing here. But this is amazing, and this is what happens when I moved from eating just healthy whole foods to focusing on nutrients, nourishment, and fueling my body and giving my body the proper nutrients that it needs, both in the macros and the micros, and specifically focusing on gut health. I really did not understand that everything is connected to everything until I started doing labs and actually started seeing it with my eyes and understanding nutritional biochemistry. That'll do something for you. When you start learning the biochemical pathways, you're like, oh, I used to think, well, how do I optimize my thyroid? How do I raise my progesterone? How do I do all these things? What changed for me was actually when I stopped asking that question. And instead, I started asking the question, how can I make healthy cells? That's what changed everything for me. And that's what I'm gonna show you how I do that today. Let's start out the day with a nice protein-rich breakfast. It's a beautiful sunny day, and every single morning, I start out the morning with a nice big glass of colostrum. So let's make that, and then let's whip up our breakfast. I do this every single day. I never fail, I never miss a day of taking 4 scoops of Armor colostrum every single day. 1, 2, can I get 2 scoops? I'm just gonna pour the rest of it in. I've gone through so many Armor colostrums, and the reason that I take this is because I now focus on making healthy cells. And the reason that Armor colostrum is so good at doing that is because it's a whole food. It's a food. It is a food though, specifically with 400 different nutrients. And like I just said, our bodies run off of nutrients. And even though we can be eating lots of healthy whole foods, it all comes down to nutrients. And what makes this very special as colostrum is it contains things like prebiotics and specifically antibodies, which are so incredible. That's not something that you just find in food. You don't just like find antibodies in food, but because this is the first food of life and the way that God made it, think about that. The first food of life is fueling and feeding your microbiome. So this has prebiotics, this has antibodies. It is creating a robust microbiome, fueling, feeding, nourishing the good bacteria and cells and really strengthening them against things that can hurt them, because that's the thing. You're building that immune system. You're building your gut. One of the same thing. I mean, they go hand in hand, gut and immunity, which is why a lot of people will start taking this for immune health. And then they're like, wait, why is my hair growing like crazy? Because you're making healthier cells. You're transforming your body on a cellular level. That is what this does. This works by quite literally strengthening your barrier. And that's what we want. Our barrier in our gut is where we interface with the outside world. Our gut is the very first thing that the outside world comes up against, is our barrier. And if we don't have a strong barrier, things can get out and leak out into the bloodstream. I can not only feel a difference, but I see a difference in every area of my life. I couldn't love it more. And the reason is specifically like Armor though too, is because of how they process it. So they use a cold pasteurization technology that allows you to get the most bioavailable of, it basically preserves the nutrients and allows your body to actually absorb them. You don't just get 400 different nutrients in food. Like that's just not what happens. That's why colostrum is so amazing. But I do 4 scoops a day, every single day. And I like Armor specifically because of they did a study where they showed that Armor colostrum has, I think, a 32% greater response to lipopolysaccharides versus other colostrums. So this is, and it's glyphosate free. So it's certified glyphosate free. It's sourced from US grass-fed family farms. And because of the cold pasteurization technology that they use, it actually is going to preserve all those nutrients in the colostrum so that your body can absorb them and utilize them. I am telling you, there are things that go viral and I don't put my stamp of approval on them, but this is one of those things. I want to get the biggest sticker there ever was and put Cambria approved on it, and also get a t-shirt that says make healthy cells. That is why I love this. That is what this is, and that is what it does. It is a food, it strengthens your barrier, and it transforms your health on a cellular level. I take it every single day, and you can try it too. Just go to tryarmor.com/Cambria and you're gonna get 15% off of your first order. And we're gonna build healthy cells together, and we are going to love on our gut with 400 different nutrients. And I can't even tell you how many lives have been changed from this, including mine. Oh my gosh, you have to get this. Sun Gold Apricot. Okay, now let's make some breakfast. So we have our asparagus for fiber and inulin, feeding the good bacteria in the gut. We have our eggs. I'm gonna put some sauerkraut on here. Amazing fermented food. Love this jalapeno lime. I know it doesn't really go with, you know, the flavor. We're gonna finish off with our strawberries for some fiber and some good carbohydrate. Oh, and I have my matcha, by the way. I got this from a local coffee shop. This is a cashew almond milk matcha with a little bit of vanilla, so having that. This also has tons of polyphenols. Usually I make it at home, but we got a little coffee shop moment today. I love the Peak matcha. That is my favorite. And I'm gonna heat up a cup of bone broth just to hit my protein goal for breakfast. I add a little cilantro for a little touch of flavor, and that is the completed breakfast. We have our bone broth, we have our matcha, we have our Armor Colostrum. Usually I'll get up right away and drink this, which I actually already did that. I already had a serving of Armor. So actually, yeah, this is my full serving. Usually I will try to drink my drinks around my meals, and I'll have like bone broth sometimes with it, just so I'm not drinking so much water, but it is what it is. I've been having asparagus pretty much every single day. I think it's one of the best veggies to incorporate in your diet because it's so rich in folate. So good. Okay, this is a true what I eat in a day because I have been editing all day and I really need to eat lunch, but I need to go to the grocery store to get a couple of things to make the lunch. So, and I need to get a couple more things for dinner because we're gonna have a delicious dinner tonight. So really quickly, I'm going to snack on some organic smoked turkey breast, and then I'm also gonna grab an apple with some almond butter. This is my favorite almond butter right now. Let me show you. It is so delicious. It's like stone ground, organic, it's sprouted. It's so good. Actually, Bo really likes the crunchy, but I like the creamy. This brand, so good. And then I always like to put some Ceylon cinnamon on there because if you read the studies on cinnamon, it is so incredible for blood sugar regulation. The study that came out with cinnamon and PCOS, don't underestimate the power of a little sprinkle of cinnamon. But I don't do a little sprinkle, I do a lot. So let's make it. This is a good example of eating both intuitively and intentionally to get enough protein. This might be my lunch. This might be my lunch instead of the lunch that I anticipated. So 2 slices is 11 grams of protein. So I'm going to get 30 grams of protein for this meal. So we're gonna do 2, 4, 6 slices. Now, I could have counted the protein from the almond butter, but you know, I am hooked and we have to go run errands. So we're gonna be walking and moving. I've been sitting most of today, which usually I use my walking pad, but today I didn't. So we will use the walking pad later, even if I just scroll online. The walking pad is my ultimate hack. So if I'm not editing on it, I will relax and I will walk while I watch a show, or I don't really watch a show. I don't know, scroll on YouTube or TikTok or something. Wait, I'm gonna make one more thing before we go. Let me just make it. A little bit of coconut yogurt. Maybe not a little bit, maybe a lot. Honestly, I really hope to show you that this is like very realistic. Some days, you know, you just gotta throw something quick together and make it simple and easy, but still hit your protein, get your fiber. The apple skins feed akkermansia in the gut, and the cinnamon again helps stabilize the blood sugar. We got our healthy fats from the coconut, carbohydrate, even more carbohydrate from the melon. It's also very hydrating. This is my hyperfixation. I think I'm just gonna use up the rest of it. So this Cocoa June vanilla unsweetened, amazing organic cultured coconut yogurt. Pistachios, this is the secret. Okay. Oh, yum. How fun is this little melon scooper? Throw on our pistachios. Oh my gosh, that looks incredible. Honestly, gourmet. This is a very realistic lunch. Don't mind my very squeaky floors. But some days, you know, you have something planned and then that doesn't happen. I love having just super simple organic turkey, a little bit of fruit, a little bit of almond butter, super cute melon coconut parfait. There's one thing that you make this spring. I forgot to put my bee pollen on top of my little melon yogurt parfait situation. This is one of my favorite things to add every single day. Let me know if you like these more chatty or what I eat in a days. But right now before dinner, I'm gonna make my little drink that I'm gonna do. This is the Ticino Dandelion caramel nut. It's so good. It tastes like a coffee, but it's caffeine free and it's a natural prebiotic. So I'm just gonna boil some water, make this, and this is my new obsession, the Equip grass-fed collagen vanilla protein. Oh my gosh, and I'm gonna sip on that while I make dinner. If you like the taste of coffee, but you don't drink coffee, or you just can't handle caffeine, it is so good. We're gonna do 2 teaspoons of coconut oil, and then we're gonna rinse 1 cup of quinoa, and we're gonna toast the quinoa in the pan. 5 coconut milk. That'll be good. Cilantro, lime, garlic chicken into the bag. Olive oil, honestly kind of a good amount. Big clove of garlic, 2 garlic cloves. Wow, that's actually really good garlic. Chili powder, cumin, that's gonna be delicious. The salt, kind of feeling 3 lime in there. For lime, yeah, I know, I love how he answers this on it. That's one of my favorite things. Look at this delicious looking plate. We have our cilantro lime chicken and our coconut quinoa, plain arugula, but with just a little bit of that mango dressing, I feel like all the flavors are gonna go so well together. I cannot wait to eat this. You know how I used to watch all the different shows on Food Network and stuff? Yeah. I was like thinking, I'm like, okay, would I be more like Giada? Would I be more like Rachel Ray? Not necessarily me, but like what would I want my show to be like? Or like Barefoot Contessa. And now that I'm getting older, I lean more toward Barefoot Contessa. I don't know, it just makes me think of like hydrangeas and oysters.
You know how to cook, baby. Really good.
I just checked my steps. And I'm gonna get a little bit of a walk-in after dinner. So we're gonna go get a couple thousand steps. It's not gonna take that long. I'm just gonna chill on my phone, walk on my walking pad, get my steps in, and then I'm going to, I forgot to take it earlier, but I'm gonna take my prenatal. Oh, I accidentally got out the powder. Okay, my card filled up, but as I was saying, I'm going to take that one is the powder, which is actually really nice. Like if you are pregnant, or if you just don't like swallowing pills, or if you are pregnant and you're nauseous and you don't like taking pills, it's literally amazing because it's in a powder form and it's vanilla. Very important to get enough zinc every single day, especially leading up to ovulation. We need zinc for ovulation. It's very difficult to get enough vitamin K in the diet alone. And I definitely did not get enough vitamin K today, like just in my food. Today was a very nourishing day of eats, but that's what I'm trying to say. Just because you eat a whole food diet doesn't necessarily mean that you're getting enough nutrients. I don't say that in like a negative way at all. I just say it in like a truthful, honest way. Like our body still needs vitamin K. Anyway, and iodine. I did not get enough iodine naturally in my diet. Like I did not eat any like seaweed or seafood, anything like that. So iodine is critical. It's critical for thyroid health. So that's why a multi is so amazing and so helpful, a high quality multi with the proper B vitamins. And I personally look for one without iron. That's a whole different story. Big old story with the Fenton reaction and oxidative stress. I used to have iron overload. Now I don't. My iron labs are beautiful. And then also I'm gonna take my fiber. So fiber is super important because it binds to bile, and bile is what holds our hormones essentially that need to get cleared out of the body. This is sun fiber. It is the best fiber supplement ever. This does not irritate the gut. It's a prebiotic. I did get quite a bit of fiber today just naturally from the food that I ate, but I always do love a little thing of fiber. And then last but not least, I have my cod liver oil for my healthy fatty acids. And that's that. Now we're gonna go walk so that helps our body utilize glucose. Seriously, the smallest things make the biggest difference. I am the biggest believer in what I like to call exercise snacks, or I learned that what I like to call it because that's the doctor that I studied under. That's what he likes to call it. Exercise snacks. So that is what I've been doing this past month, and my thyroid labs and everything is just the best that it's ever been. Really not stressing my body out, but really moving in a very strategic and intentional way. And I'm telling you, these smallest changes are the ones that make the biggest difference. Right now, I'm currently at 8,420. So I'll tell you where I end at, because usually I get in the groove and I might get more than I think I'm gonna get. Aww. I was just reading why someone joined well. So sweet. So I asked about like what goals, what are you currently struggling with? She said I'm exhausted, I have brain fog, painful periods, and then she wants to have more energy, better periods. Just wait for that. Why did you decide to get well? Recipe guide. And she said it's so overwhelming diving into hormonal health and knowing where to begin. I think this is the perfect place to start on my journey. It is the perfect place to start. I totally get that. It is so overwhelming. Somebody just joined well right now in this very moment as I'm literally reading somebody else's worksheet. That's literally what I'm doing right now. I'm just getting in my steps. I read through my emails. Boom, 11,000 steps. So easy, so simple, and I've barely even been walking. Yay. Well, this is literally what my house looks like at this time of day because circadian rhythm. So, my floor is so squeaky in that one specific spot. Okay, this is why I love my Oura Ring. 14,000 steps. Did I say Oura Ring? Well, I do love my Oura Ring because it tracks my steps. But I meant to say walking pad. That is why I love my walking pad because what in the world? I just skyrocketed from what? Just under 9,000 steps to 14,000 steps? Like, and I didn't even feel it. I didn't even think about it. It was relaxing. It was enjoyable. I might as well have been on vacation, honestly, because I was just straight up scrolling, chilling on my phone, just not even thinking about it, just walking away. And that is the power of a walking pad. I'm telling you, it literally changed my life. We're going to end off our day. Where is it? Chlorofresh, because this has copper in it. So we're gonna get our copper in. We need copper because we actually need copper to use iron. Do a nice big splash. Better periods are just a few sips away. These are just my little rituals that I just do. Sometimes I do them in the morning, sometimes I do them in the evening. It doesn't really matter really, but we are gonna add our liver life because again, happy, healthy period. I'm never gonna forget about the magnesium because that is essential. You might think, Cambria, this is a lot. Well, my labs are looking the best that they ever have. I'm feeling the best that I ever have. We live in a very toxic world and that I never say that out of fear. I just say it out of empowerment. So if I want to take a couple little mushroom capsules, I'm gonna do it, you know? I did not get enough iron in my diet today, so I'm taking some beef liver. I will take this and swallowing a few pills over period cramps any day. Even going in the ocean, you get a lot of magnesium from simply swimming in the ocean, but even me living near the ocean, I do not swim in the ocean every day, okay? I'm gonna head off to bed. I hope that you enjoyed and found this just fun to think about nutritional biochemistry. I am just so amazed at watching my lab numbers change, and I always love to share my story because that is what would ultimately have helped me, you know? And I think back to those years that if somebody would have just shared like stuff like this, how much it would have helped me, and that's why I share with you. So I hope it inspires you, helps you. I just love hanging out with you, and I will see you in my next video. I will also leave a link to Armra. Again, try armra.com/Cambria, and that's gonna get you that 15% off, and you're going to make healthy cells. I will see you in my next video. Bye.